As I've often said, some of the best skincare ingredients don't have anything to do with commercial skincare products. Rather, they are all natural ingredients like essential oils, botanicals that can have a dramatic impact on skin, even healing wounds, all while reversing and keeping away the signs of aging. Now, we've talked on the channel a lot about these oils. You can see a whole bunch of them right behind me. And I've had a lot of questions or requests, actually, about putting together a video that talks about the healing properties of oils as well as the anti-aging properties of oils. So what I've done is gone and picked out the videos that I've done on healing oils and anti-aging oils and made this super comprehensive compilation video on what they do, how to use them, and where to get them. And to keep things simple, you don't need to write anything down. I'm going to put chapters in this video. So if you see an oil that you like or fits a need that you specifically have, you can always just bounce back to that chapter and get that information. And there will be links, as always, to everything I talk about in this video down below in the video description box. That said, let's learn about what these oils can do for you, your skin, and your overall health. And I'll see you again at the end of this video. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You know, these days we take a lot of things for granted, especially when it comes to skincare, because long before you could get your skincare on Amazon or you could go to the department store and get it, or even before there were fabulous salons and spas to help us get our best looking skin, there were really few options available. But the options that were available, even in ancient times, actually delivered some pretty spectacular results. And there are a couple of ancient oils that were used on the skin that we're going to talk about today because they've been scientifically verified to work. Now, I already know there's a high amount of interest when it comes to essential oils with a lot of you that follow me here on the channel. So this is kind of exciting that I get to talk about this. This goes back to my roots of skincare because I started off in the holistic skincare community. Now, for those of you who happen to be new to the channel and not familiar with who I am Chris Gibson, a skincare expert. I've been doing skincare for 36 years, helping people like you find skincare that will work for them, not into their wallet, and not do them more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for here on YouTube, someone who walks the talk, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. That said, I know many of you would love to have alternatives to expensive skincare creams and serums that would actually work for you, even if you have sensitive skin. So this is a really great video for you to pay close attention to because what I'm about to reveal to you could probably help you solve some of the signs of aging, both inexpensively, safely, and effectively. The first oil that I'm going to talk about is called Helichrysum oil. This oil is derived from the Helichrysum italicum plant, and it is super renowned for its ability to help with aging skin issues. First of all, it has super anti-inflammatory properties, which means it is good for situations on the skin like rosacea, psoriasis, eczema, and especially acne. In fact, the studies that were done on the benefits of this oil on skin in 2021 showed that it had dramatic effects on inflamed skin, helping to calm it down, reducing redness, and speeding up wound healing. So if you're someone who suffers from occasional breakouts or you have acne-prone skin, this is a great oil to have on hand. It's also packed with antioxidants, and we know that antioxidants help the skin fight off free radical damage and oxidation that happens to our skin cells, leading to fine lines, wrinkles, and that textured skin appearance that shows up for many of us as we get older. In those same studies, it was also proven that Helichrysum oil was able to speed up cellular turnover, but more than that, to speed up the replication process of new skin cells underneath, thereby bringing forth newer skin faster, contributing to a healthier, more youthful complexion. Along with its antibacterial properties, again, let's think acne bacteria and be able to reduce that on the surface of the skin, very helpful. It also is a very moisturizing, hydrating skin oil. It has even been shown to be helpful in managing melanin production in the skin, reducing the look, fading out those dark spots and hyperpigmentation patches. It's a really great oil. It's not very expensive. And perhaps one of the biggest benefits to aging skin is its ability to speed up, as I said, wound healing, but those bruises that happen under thinner skin, those purple marks that occur, also helping to reduce the look and presence of telangiectasias, which are spider veins. Now, as a person who's been into physical fitness for many years, I run, Therefore, I have lots of telangiectasias around my ankle, as you can see here. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been applying Helichrysum oil directly to this area of my skin and massaging it in. And you can see the difference from when I started to where I am now using this oil in this area of my body. So it really can do some amazing things. Now, I will put a link down below in the video description box for you guys where you can go check out this oil for yourself, get it and use it if you want to, but we're not done yet. The next ancient oil I want to talk about is one almost everybody is going to recognize the name of, and that is frankincense. Now, we think about frankincense as an aromatic oil, and it is. It smells actually quite wonderful. But as an essential oil, frankincense is renowned for its ability to improve the look of aging skin. Frankincense is derived from the resin of the boswellia tree and has many anti-aging benefits for your skin. First of all, like Helichrysum, it is anti-inflammatory, and the studies done on frankincense, believe it or not, first one ever done on this essential oil and its benefits for skin in 2017. And these studies showed a very profound mechanism of anti-inflammatory properties that helped with wound healing, scar healing, stimulating collagen production, and helping to strengthen fibroblasts, which are the fibers in our skin layers that kind of hold everything together, with an astringent property that actually helps lift and tighten the skin. Visible benefits from frankincense include a more supple, tighter skin, and it also helps promote cellular regeneration. And this particular bottle happens to have a roller to make it easy to use on skin. Now, when we're talking about essential oils, let's talk a few rules here. No matter how great they are or how good for the skin they are, they can irritate sensitive skin if they're used straight out. So you always need to do a patch test on the inner elbow to make sure the oil is tolerable to you, because you don't know till you try it, and you don't want to slather something all over your skin before you know how it's going to react. In general, very safe to use. These are a couple of essential oils that a lot of people use straight on the skin. I do, but you can also mix them with carrier oil. And what that means is you can dilute a couple of drops of the essential oil into another oil like olive oil or sweet almond oil, which is what I use. I have it right here. I'm going to show you how to do this. So 1 to 2 drops per teaspoon of carrier oil. I have a teaspoon of carrier oil right here. We're going to put a couple of drops. There we go. And we're just going to mix this together. You can use it on the backs of your hands. If you have thinning skin and you have some of that red area bruising, it works amazingly well for that. It can be used on the face. It's very helpful for hydrating and lifting out fine lines and wrinkles. And it's superb if you have acne-prone skin. Now, one other rule is to make sure that you don't get it in your eyes. So you don't ever want to apply this to your eyelids. After applying it, make sure to wash your hands so that you don't have any residue. And you forget and put your fingers in your eyes. So 2 ancient, very powerful oils to use in your anti-aging skincare routine that aren't going to cost you very much money at all and can deliver some pretty amazing results. Crinkly, crepey skin, one of the big signs of aging, starts actually in our 30s and can be a very frustrating problem, very difficult to reverse for a lot of folks. But today we're going to be talking about a highly effective ingredient, and even though it comes from ancient medicine, man, does it really work. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're someone who is dealing with that dry, crepey, crinkly skin, this video is for you. Now, as a skincare channel, this is not a topic we have not discussed in the past at length, and I've talked about and demonstrated and reviewed a ton of products designed and developed for this problem. This is an issue most people start noticing in their late 30s, and it seems to get worse as we get older, and it's because of the loss of collagen just underneath the surface layers of the skin and a lack of skin hydration. And that's how many of the skincare formulas on the market today address the issue. That surface layer of skin gets a pump of moisture with emollients to help hold that moisture in that surface layer for as long as possible. And in general, they do make the skin look better. But today I'm going to be talking about an ancient 3-oil blend formula that I've been testing for crepiness where I have it, which is specifically here on my arms. I work out a lot and I'm about to be 60. So areas where I've been flexing my skin tend to show it the most. But this formula will work for the face, neck, chest, anywhere that you have crepey skin issues. Now, if you happen to be new to my channel and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson, a skincare expert. I've been doing skincare for 37 years now, here to help people find skincare solutions that will work for them, not empty their wallet, and not do them more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for here on YouTube, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. So this 3-oil blend that I'm going to be telling you about is something we've not talked about before, and it is from ancient science, as I said, Ayurvedic science or Ayurvedic, depending on how you want to say it, which is an ancient system of medicine that was developed in India over 3,000 years ago. The term Ayurveda is taken from Sanskrit, Ayur meaning life, and Veda means science or knowledge. Now, the oil that I've been testing is this product right here, Yauvari's Amplified Youth Spring Serum. It's specifically designed to superhydrate, brighten, and tighten the skin. And where this type of product is different from the creams and hydration lotions that we see on the market today is that the benefits and effects last longer and they build up over time. Now, right before I did this video, I took before and after pictures using this product so you can see for yourself the big difference that it makes. But knowledge is power, and as I say on the channel all the time, it's more about the ingredients and their effectiveness over brand name and price that I want to tell you about the 3 oils and how they actually work. The first ingredient is called black gram, and it's a lentil actually, which contains many minerals that your skin actually needs and phenolenic compounds. We talked about those here on the channel. They are plant compounds that are high in antioxidants, high in healing powers, all of which obviously help to hydrate, superhydrate, lift and tighten that surface skin, and because it's an oil, it doesn't evaporate. It sits absorbed into that upper layer and works all day long. It really truly is a super skin ingredient that we don't hear very much about. The other 2 base oils in this particular formula are sesame seed oil and rice bran oil. Again, very good for skin, very hydrating, and the 3 of these together can actually improve hyperpigmentation or sun damaged areas like the upper chest, the neck, and the face. So as I said, this is an oil that can be used anywhere in your skincare routine, but in my personal experience, its biggest benefit has been what it can do for that crepey, crinkly skin. You simply apply a very small amount. It doesn't take much per area. And as you massage it in, you can actually feel it warming up as it's absorbed. And it's amazing. The lines and wrinkles and crinkles just fade away. And you have this very dewy, not sticky glow to your skin. This oil blend is very light on the skin, completely vegan, not tested on animals, sustainable, and it contains other great botanical extracts like mango and ginger, along with frankincense oil, which we've already talked about the healing benefits of that oil here on the channel. And as most of you that are into these type of skincare oils know, these oils can be fairly expensive, and you usually get like a tiny ½ ounce of oil. This is a full ounce. You can see it's a fairly large bottle. This much of this type of oil is going to last you a month or 2, even if you're using it all over. So I will put links down below for suggested resources in the video description box so you can shop around and find this for yourself if it's something that you feel like could be a benefit. Today we're going to be talking about castor oil. And while I've done some videos on this particular oil in the past, this is a little bit of a different type of video because we're going to talk about the science behind castor oil and why it actually works so well for skin, the kind of benefits you can expect from it, and then I will also be demonstrating how to use it and where to use it, all in today's video. But if you happen to be new to my channel and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson, a skincare expert. I've been in skincare for 38 years, helping folks find skincare that will work for them, not empty their wallet, and not do them more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for here on YouTube, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. All right, so castor oil, which I have here in this dark bottle, has been around for many, many years. It's had many, many uses. It used to actually be a laxative. Not recommended for that use much anymore because taken internally, it is very strong and a very aggressive laxative. There are other alternatives that work much better. But when it comes to skin care, castor oil is a staple. And in fact, it's in many commercial products, especially for hair care and moisturization type of products because of the type of benefits that this oil can give you. But let's talk about the science first. And when it comes to that science, there are 3 fatty acids that are naturally occurring in castor oil that make it so wonderful and beneficial for your skin. Ricin oleic acid being one of them because it has anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, meaning it combats bacteria on the skin and it can reduce swelling. It also has oleic acid, something that you will find in many skincare products because of its ability to penetrate the skin and take moisture down into the upper layers of the skin with it, and linoleic acid, which helps build up your skin's outer barrier. So a very protective oil, but it's also a very thick or high viscosity oil and somewhat sticky, so in most products it's fractionated or broken apart into its components. But again, when looking at the science and the properties of castor oil, it's not just those fatty acids, but it also contains a healthy amount of vitamin E, which is great at helping to prevent damage from free radicals, palmitic acid, which helps to soften the outer layers of the skin, helping to remove those old dead skin cells that are stuck to the surface of the skin, and stearic acid, which actually sinks down into that upper layer and pores and helps to remove impurities, all while reinforcing your skin's natural protective barrier. I first came across castor oil when I was treating my own cystic acne in my late teens and early 20s. It was very, very helpful. We also applied it as a warm compress to my mom's leg when she broke it to help reduce swelling, and it worked extremely well. So it's actually great at reducing puffiness around the eyes or wherever you have stopped up lymphatic drainage. And with regular use, it helps improve your skin's texture. These properties also give it benefits when it comes to hair growth, like eyelashes, eyebrows, and even scalp hair. I always recommend you get certified organic castor oil that is naturally sourced. It comes in a dark bottle to protect those properties that are so beneficial. And the other great thing about castor oil is it's actually really inexpensive. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said I was going to demonstrate how to use it and where to use it. So I'm going to ask you to keep on watching as we go through the demonstration process of how to use castor oil appropriately and what kind of benefits you can expect and when. So let's jump right into what it can do specifically, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to apply it to your skin and, more importantly, how to remove it, because as I said, it is a very thick, sticky oil. And while it does provide all these health benefits, there's a trick to getting it off your skin. So let's start with what type of castor oil you should be looking for. For me, it is a certified organic castor oil contained in a very dark bottle, so it protects the strength and efficacy of the oil. All right, so anti-aging, what can it actually do for fine lines and wrinkles in the texture of the skin? Well, castor oil, when massaged into the skin, actually helps promote and encourage collagen production. It is deeply moisturizing and helps with dryness, flakiness, and also is able to pull moisture from the air, much like what we see with polyglutamic acid and hyaluronic acid. It's able to do that, but in a holistic, natural way, which means it keeps your skin deeply hydrated and plump, preventing transepidermal water loss. Castor oil is also packed with fatty acids, which, as we know, are super beneficial for the lipid layer of your skin, also helping with the area around the mouth. You can even apply it to chapped, dry lips several times a day. You can mix it with glycerin if you want to water it down a little bit for a little extra lip plump. And even though I did say it has laxative properties, that's not going to be enough castor oil to do that. The fatty acids also help speed up cellular reproduction, meaning that newer skin comes to the surface faster. It even can help soothe sunburns, and it is a master at improving the thickness and length of eyelashes and eyebrows. So let's talk about how to apply castor oil. The best way to use it in an anti-aging skincare routine is a capping mechanism at night, known loosely as slugging. After you've applied all your other products, you apply a thin layer of castor oil to help trap that moisture and help your other skincare products work better. All right, so let's apply this castor oil. It doesn't take much, which is the same as with all skincare products, really. Just about that much. About a half a dropper full, massage it into the fingers, and then we're going to just pat it over the skin. Now, I like to do this into my eyebrows. We don't require a brush, just massaging it in. And this is good, guys, for beard and mustache growth and keeping that hair soft. And that's really all there is to it. And then if you're having trouble with short, thinning, hard to grow lashes, taking a brush like this one, this is an eyelash brush, or cleaning out an old mascara brush and applying just a little bit of castor oil to each lash is really, really amazing. And of course, you want to be very careful and not get the oil into your eye. So let's do that. We're going to put a little drop on my finger here. We're going to coat the brush. All right. And then we're just going to close the eye tight, and brush the eyelashes with this oil. Right there. Doesn't take much, can work wonders for lashes and brows. Again, guys, beard growth, really a super great oil to use overnight. You don't want to use this oil during the day because it is very sticky, very shiny, and it's going to make your skin and or your beard look really oily and shiny, and cosmetics do not work well on top of this oil. So it's not a great oil to moisturize your skin with during the day, but as an overnight treatment, it just cannot be beat. Castor oil, completely organic, fairly inexpensive. Bottles run anywhere from $7 up to $30, depending on how much of this stuff you need to buy. I personally like to buy and keep on hand the smaller amounts of this oil because after 6 months, it does start to degrade and is not as effective. The castor oil that I like to use is Kate Blanc Cosmetics. I'll put a link down below in the video description box so you guys can check that out. But let's talk about how to get this oil off, because again, it is very, very sticky. So the two easiest ways to remove this oil are to use a hot, steamy washcloth and apply it to your face for about half a minute. It helps to dislodge the oil from your pores and helps to dilute it, making it easier to wash off. That single step will usually take enough of the oil off your skin that you can use your face wash and remove the rest of it. Certain skin types, particularly oily skin types, have a more difficult time removing this oil. And in that case, you would take a teaspoon of baking soda and mix it in a cup of warm water and rinse your face with that, because the enzymes in the baking soda actually break down the castor oil and will completely remove it from your skin. Super simple, inexpensive way to give your anti-aging skincare routine a boost and having your skin looking dewy, plump, and hydrated after the very first night you try this. Well, today we're going to be talking about an oil that we've not talked about on the channel before. Now, we've talked about frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, and oils like castor and Helichrysum oil, and what those benefits are. They're amazing, but this oil that we're going to talk about today is extremely unique because it offers several benefits for skin that go way beyond anti-aging issues. Things like scar reduction, wound healing, anti-inflammatory properties, deep moisturization, and even skin regeneration. And even though you may not have heard of this oil before, it is a powerful yet inexpensive holistic approach to skincare that I can get behind, and you probably will too after we talk about it in today's video. All right, so the oil I'm talking about is organic Tamanu oil, and it comes from a tree, Canophyllum inophyllum tree, comes from Asia, but we'll just call it the Tamanu tree. And it's also known as the beauty leaf tree. But the oil doesn't come from the leaves of the tree. It actually comes from the fruit or the nuts the tree produces. They're dried out and then the oil is extracted from them. Rich in fatty acids, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory properties. Now, how does this help your skin or skin issues? Well, if you suffer from skin conditions like psoriasis, eczema, or acne breakouts and have scarring left from these conditions, Tamanu oil actually can help improve the look of these while calming those conditions. It is an extremely powerful wound healing oil with antimicrobial properties, much like tea tree oil, where it's been shown to be effective in antibacterial and antifungal issues like ringworm, athlete's foot, and even acne. When it comes to anti-aging or skin aging issues, Tamanu oil helps improve collagen production and speeds up cell regeneration, helping to improve the look of fine lines and wrinkles, age spots, again, scars, and just improves skin's overall health. And when you look at the science behind Tamanu oil, even though it's been around for a long time and not necessarily well known in the West, it's been shown to be extremely helpful in the formation of new tissue. It's also deeply moisturizing, and again, it has those antioxidant properties that we think of like for vitamin C serums that help protect your skin from free radical damage, oxidation, and damaging effects of sunlight. And if all of that wasn't enough, Tamanu oil has been shown to be extremely helpful in the regrowth of hair because it activates hair follicles, energizing the entire scalp while helping to reduce conditions that can lead to hair loss like fungal infections, bacteria, and blocked pores. All right, now I have a fairly large bottle of Tamanu oil. This is organic, cold press. It's from HBNO. I will put a link down below in the video description box for you to be able to go check this out. And like all holistic oils, a little bit of this will go a long way. And this is an easy, effective treatment that can be used anywhere, as I said, scalp, face. If you're having acne breakouts, it's very helpful. If you're wanting to boost collagen production and improve the surface look of your skin, it's an amazing oil for that as well. So it's able to accomplish a lot of things with just a very little pea-sized drop of this oil. Now I'm going to use a dropper. You can see just a little bit of this oil. I'm going to place it on my fingertips, and I'm going to apply it to clean skin and just massage it in. And of course, I've patch tested this oil for myself, and I know that it's beneficial and it doesn't cause me any reactions. If you're not used it before, just like every single oil we talk about, any product, ingredient, whatever it is, before you ever put it on your face or anywhere else, always patch test on the inner elbow, rub some of it in, leave it on there for 48 hours, and make sure you don't have a reaction. You shouldn't. This is a very mild anti-inflammatory oil. It's very good for skin. It makes a great last step in the skincare routine at night to help hold moisture in while adding these benefits to whatever products you're using. I find it very effective on the backs of my hands and my elbows, areas that tend to be very dry on my skin. So if you're having dry skin issues or you have some keloid scarring you would like to address, this is your go-to oil. And as I said, a link will be down below in the video description box. So if you've been looking for a skincare solution that's not going to cost you a lot of money, a lot of these holistic oils are a great choice. Now, I hope you found this compilation video on healing oils and anti-aging oils and what they can do and how to use them helpful. If you did, please like it, share it out. It really helps me and the channel and get the word out about my work. And for even more ways to roll back the clock on skin and body aging, be sure to check out this video I picked out for you next. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.